What's up, guys? This is the Deadly Showman here, and today I'm going to give you all the tools you need to play full-on wall ball using grenades in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's hop right into class setup, then we'll move on to the private match settings, and finally, the rules my friends and I use to play. So beginning with class setup, our primary and secondary weapons don't really matter. That being said, I'd personally recommend a sub for your primary and a melee weapon for your secondary, but neither of those things are required for wall ball. Moving on to perks, EOD is an absolute must since this lets you reset a grenade's timer when you pick it up, which is critical to being able to play. For your second perk, any perk but restock will do. Restock can actually give you another grenade when you're already in the middle of a round of wall ball, which can go on to complicate gameplay, so I just avoid it altogether. For your third perk, you're going to want to use Amp to speed up your throwing movements. Though again, you don't have to use this perk, I'd personally just recommend it. I'd also shy away from using shrapnel since having a second grenade just means you're always going to have to throw an extra one away before starting a round. And lastly, looking at equipment, you're of course going to want to use a grenade for your lethal, and for your tactical, I'd recommend the heartbeat sensor. Just in case you ever press the input button to use tacticals, you won't throw something else by accident. Then the last thing you're going to want to do before moving on to map settings is set your field upgrade to be a tactical insertion. This is because when playing, it's possible and probable that someone's going to get blown up when a grenade goes off. So having a tac insert set up nearby means that you don't have to go running all the way back to the arena in between rounds. Now that we have our custom class in order, let's move on to the game settings. For your game settings, you're going to want to select free-for-all and turn off both the time limit and score limit. I'd also recommend setting player health to be 50% or less, since this will make it easier to get blown up by grenades. Getting blown up by grenades can actually play an integral role in your game of wall ball, especially for instant replays. The last key setting is to make it so that your field upgrade, i.e. your tac insert, will reset as fast as possible. Again, it's good just to have your next tac insert at the ready so you don't have to waste time letting it recharge. The last thing you'll want to do is select and load up Ania Palace and head on over to the area of the minimap seen here. It's pretty much the farmost east part of the map, and it's where we found the best wall ball arena to be. But if you find somewhere better, be sure to let us know. We've just found this area to be perfect since it's open enough to support 3 to 4 people and doesn't have any hazards in the way of your wall ball arena. Now that we've got everything set up, let's move on to the rules. These are the rules my friends and I used, and you can of course feel free to edit and amend them however you and your friends see fit. The way we played was as follows. First things first, be sure to set up your tac inserts behind the wall ball arena, so if you die, you'll respawn right next to the arena. Then all but one player should throw their grenades away. The last player starts off the round by performing what we call a fair toss. Pretty much that just means you put the ball, or rather the grenade, in play in such a manner that anyone in the field can grab it and throw it at the wall without hassle. It's essentially the COD wall ball equivalent of no dirty checks in basketball. Once the grenade is in play, any player can pick it up and try to throw it at the wall. However, cooking the grenade is strictly prohibited. In short, there's never a reason you should be holding the R2 button, or your platform's equivalent lethal button/key for keyboard and mouse. Once you grab the grenade, you have to release it immediately. A player scores a point if they were the last one to hit the wall with the grenade and the grenade explodes in the field of play. However, before the explosion, the grenade is always live. For example, let's say player A successfully bounces the grenade off the wall. Player B picks up the grenade and tries to throw it at the wall and either misses or throws it short. Players C, D, E, etc., depends how many people you're playing with, can all still attempt to grab the grenade and throw it at the wall, assuming the grenade is still in the field of play. However, it's always the player who last hit the wall that could score the point. Using the previous example, even though player B was the first one to make a play on the grenade, if player C is the one who goes on to hit the wall, then they will be the one who scores a point if the grenade blows up. Once the grenade explodes, a point is scored and the round resets. If someone dies to the grenade explosion, have that player reset their tac insert and start off the next round with a fair toss. If more than one person dies, just make sure you have a dedicated player to start off the round, and everyone else who dies can just throw their grenades away. If no one dies, quickly kill someone to make them the one who starts the round. This goes back to why I'd recommend a melee weapon, it just helps you kill quicker in this situation. Regarding the score limit, my friends and I chose to play to 21 with a win by 2 rule in place, but you can adjust the score limit as you see fit. We also use spray paint to keep track of our scores, but again, not necessary. You can keep track of score however you choose. Now that we have the basic rules out of the way, let's move on to the field of play as well as what we've dubbed fouls versus fails. The field of play we used was as follows. The wall to the right acted as one of the out of bounds lines, simply because any grenade that lands on the other side of the wall is inaccessible. The left out of bounds line is the dirt line seen here. The rule we established was that a grenade could roll past the line, but not land past it. Think of it like the foul line in baseball. As long as the grenade lands in fair territory, the grenade is live. Note that landing on the line is also a fair grenade. If the grenade, however, lands in foul territory after being thrown off the wall, this is dubbed a foul by the player who threw it. A player who throws a grenade off the wall and sees it land out of bounds on the right side is also charged with a foul. If a player commits 2 fouls in a row before a point is scored, that player loses a point as a punishment. This is also part of the reason why we recommend you turn overall help down to 50% or less in the settings. Let's say a player tries to make a play on a grenade that may or may not have landed out of bounds on the left side. It was maybe just too close to tell in real time. If a player dies to that explosion, then they can use the kill cam as instant replay to review the grenade's landing spot. And we're all on the honor system here, so don't be lying about whether or not a grenade was in or out of bounds. The last rule we need to cover is a fail. A fail is when a player fails to hit the wall completely and tosses the grenade somewhere that is inaccessible. For example, let's say in a fit of panic you accidentally throw the grenade over the wall instead of hitting the wall. The reason we call this a fail is because, well, simply put, you fail to hit the wall. Unlike a foul, which acts more as a strike against the player, a fail results in a point being scored for the last player who hit the wall. Other examples of a fail include throwing the grenade over the right out of bounds wall, or even out of the map entirely to the left, which is possible. The way we see it, if the player who hit the wall placed the grenade strategically enough to make you fail, they've earned their point. And with that, we've covered all the rules and settings for COD Wall Ball. There's only one more thing you need to be aware of before playing, and that's what we've called the glitch spot. Within the arena exists a rock that the grenade is capable of rolling under. If the grenade rolls under this rock, it becomes impossible to pick it up, even if you reach it well before it explodes. Because it's such an unpredictable glitch, we decided any grenade that ends up under there is simply a dead grenade. There's no foul against the player who threw it, but also no point is scored. The round simply resets. Feel free, of course, to change this rule for yourselves if you'd like, but we found that it's extremely easy for someone to accidentally do this, to the point where you can't even blame them for intentionally trying to glitch it out. Again, if the grenade ends up here, you're on the honor system. Be sure to call out that you can't pick up the grenade before it explodes, so all players know it's stuck in the glitch. Really, there shouldn't be a reason for you to lie about this, because if you could pick it up and throw it, you should. You always want to be the last one who hit the wall, so you have a chance to score a point. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all the tools and rules you need to play wall ball in Modern Warfare. If anyone runs into a situation that I haven't covered in the rules, finds a better wall or arena to play on, or has any suggestions for how to improve the game, be sure to leave a comment below and let us know. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you have fun playing wall ball. If you watched the whole video and enjoyed it, I only ask that you consider tossing a like on the video, and if you're feeling super generous, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more epic content. But with that, I'll wrap it up here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.